Howdy, this is Karen from Roundtable Yarns, and today I'm going to show you some tricks for how to make sure your longtail cast on is not too tight. So when you do a longtail cast on, you have the yarn over your thumb and your index finger. And typically, at least what I do, is when I tighten the stitch, I pull on both strands of yarn. And when I do that, the stitch becomes pretty tight right there. So instead of doing that, what you should do is tighten just the strand from your thumb. So pull that strand, don't pull the back one. So I'm going to show you again. Longtail cast on, pull the strand from your thumb rather than the strand over your index finger. The second thing to do is to make sure that these stitches don't get bunched up here on the needle. You want to keep them apart so that way the distance right here is a little bit bigger, and that is what will help make it not too tight. So the best way to do that is when you are adding a stitch, hold these stitches with your other fingers, tighten just the thumb strand, and make sure that you've given some distance between those. Then you can push it down with this finger. Hold the stitches, tighten with just the thumb, again making sure there's distance between those stitches, and control them with this hand. So again, just pull the thumb, make sure there's distance. And after a while you can get a little faster at this, but for the first time, make sure you go a little slowly so that way you get more distance and you can see the stitches are still nice and neat and even, but they're not going to be too tight. The best way that you can figure out if they're too tight or too loose is to kind of move them around on your needle. If they are moving very smoothly, then you've got them a good size. You don't want them to fall off and you don't want them to be too tight. So for example, if I make a few stitches that are too tight, so notice I'm pulling on both strands, really pulling these tight. Okay, so I've got 4 stitches. These first 4 stitches, they are not moving as easily as the other stitches. I'm really having to tug to get them to move. So they are definitely too tight. So that is the difference. Just pull on the strand over your thumb and make sure that you are keeping the distance between the stitches big enough to make it not too tight. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. I am Karen Dawn on Ravelry.